Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Travel Webcast webinar, Aer Lingus, your gateway to Europe. I'm Dan McDonald, and presenting for us today is Jeff Wright and Mary Heron of Aer Lingus. Hi, Jeff, are you on the line?
I am here, Daniel. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So just before we get started, I'd like to let the attending travel agents know that if you guys have any questions during the webinar, please type them into either the chat box or the Q&A box, and they will be answered after the presentation has finished. Okay, Jeff, if you'd like to go ahead and share your screen, you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeff Wright. I'm Sales Director for Aer Lingus in North America. I'm joined by Mary Heron, who is a Sales Manager for Canada. We're just going to take you through a brief description of Aer Lingus and what we can do for the Canadian travelers. It's actually been a little over 3 years since we started flying from Toronto. I can't believe it's gone that fast. We began service from Toronto to Dublin on April the 14th of 2014. Isn't that amazing? Alrighty, so let me just take you through a little bit. Let's try this. Okay, great. As of 2017, we began serving the Toronto airport with Airbus A330 aircraft. When we first introduced Toronto to Dublin, we were running with a 757 daily operation. But now, because you folks have done such a great job selling us, we put a larger airplane on. It gives us 9 additional business class seats and over 87 additional economy class seats per day. So thank you very much. Just so to bring you up to speed, our business class cabin has full lie flat sleeper seats. So we are a second generation business class. I would make it comparable to most airlines' first class service. It's really quite amazing. Our economy class is 2-4-2 configuration. So if you have couples that want to sit together, it's really nice to have them on either port or starboard side. If you have families, they go in the middle. Okay, just to bring you through the smart way to travel to Ireland, Europe, and Great Britain. We have best value fares. And the interesting thing about Aer Lingus is we are a 4-star carrier, but we're also a low-cost carrier. So you're going to be finding that our airfares out of Toronto to not only Dublin, but also to Europe are they're great values. Our airfares are probably unbeatable. We fly nonstop from Toronto Pearson Airport to Dublin, and we have quick transfer at Dublin Airport across connections to over 30 destinations across Europe. And what's even more significant is that we have over 16 cities in Canada to Ireland and Europe. So we have code share from 16 cities in Canada, and we fly to over 30 destinations in Europe. We have through check-in of your bags to your final destination. And the award-winning service with Irish hospitality is we have won many awards, and the latest one was the award to get the 4-star rating. Alrighty, 18 destinations in Great Britain. We actually fly to more cities in the UK than British Airways. We fly to places like Cardiff and Bristol. So smaller cities. So if you have your customers that are going to some of the smaller cities in the UK, we're probably the best way to get there. And in addition, we fly to over 21 cities in Europe, and there are other destinations, but they're not direct connections. So if your passengers do want to stop in Ireland and then continue on to another city in Europe, number one, our airfares allow stopovers in both directions for free in Ireland, and they can continue on to any of our other destinations. Okay, when you check in, because you folks are selling through the GDS, you get 50 pounds of free check-in baggage allowance. You get our award-winning in-flight service. All seats have the USB power outlets, so you can recharge your phone. You can't use it on the airplane yet, but you can recharge it. You can recharge all of your other personal devices. We offer pre-assigned seating. One of the things that may be confusing for some folks is that our pre-assigned seating is done through an SSR request. So if you send us an SSR, what we'll do with either aisle, window, left side, right side, whatever you'd like to have in there, we'll respond back with the seat assignment on pre-assigned. You have personal on-demand in-flight entertainment at every seat. So we have our TV screen at every seat. And you also receive complimentary onboard meals and soft drinks. So where you have a lot of the folks, some of the other airlines are charging you for their meals and charging you for soft drinks, that's all on us. And since we have introduced the Airbus A330 on the Toronto service, we've introduced Wi-Fi on board. So for both your business passengers and your economy passengers, they can now connect to friends and loved ones or business associates on the ground. Wi-Fi is for a charge for economy, but for the business class passengers, it is free of charge. Speaking of business class, it is the ultimate business class experience. It is full lie flat sleeper seat. And not only that, but the sleeper seat also has a massage function, which is something else entirely. It's great. We have best of modern Irish experience. Our great value fares. We have business class fares, but we also have discounted business class fares for some of the more affluent leisure passengers. We have the ability to give them an advance purchase fare in business class, and it provides an exceptional value. And if you're traveling to Europe, the value differential is even greater. And we have our in-flight menu is probably the best in the air. Okay, this is a bit of a screenshot of our business class cabin. And what you'll notice is that on the left side of the airplane, the right side on the screen, we have individual seats. So the passenger actually is able to get a window and an aisle. We find that a lot of business passengers don't necessarily like to sit next to somebody for 5.5 to 6 hours. So they'd rather sit alone. So those are preference seats. In the middle of the aircraft are 2 seats together. So if you have people traveling together, or if you have somebody that doesn't quite feel as ornery and would like to sit next to somebody, that's a place to put them. The next seat I'm going to focus on is the throne seat. This is on the right-hand side of the aircraft. We have, on the right side of the aircraft, we have 2 seats, then 1 seat behind it, and 2 seats, then 1 seat. And if you'll notice by looking at this seat, you have workspace both on the right side of the seat and on the left side of the seat. So if you have somebody that wants to do business, if they have a lot of work to do, they want to spread out, this is the seat to be in. It's a tremendous amount of work. It's almost like an office in the air. So that, I'm just going to blow through that one. Now, in addition to having exceptional seating in business class, we also have our lounges. So we participate with our host airlines on cities that we're not flying directly from. We have our lounges in Dublin. We have a lounge in Dublin. We have lounges in Toronto. And we have lounges throughout Europe. So if your passengers are traveling in business class, we have the nice lounges for them to relax in before they get on. Okay, what's really significant about us is that when your passenger arrives at a little after 5 o'clock in the morning in Toronto, they have the opportunity to take a shower after they get off the airplane. This is the business class passenger. The Revival Lounge is in the baggage hall. It's a separate door off to the side, and the passenger can go in there, take a shower. They have their suit steamed, and they can have a little bit of a breakfast before they get on their day. Okay, and this is our business class lounge in Dublin. It's located directly after security. So when passengers come through security, they have this nice, relaxing place to stay before their flight is called. One of the things about Aer Lingus is it's necessary to participate in our customers' needs. And what we've found is that there's an enhanced awareness with people with autism that are traveling. So we've dedicated an entire web page to provide information to people with autism. We are working with a number of organizations to work with autistic people, and it's a key area of our focus for 2017. Okay, so we've kind of gone through the presentation. I told you it was going to be brief, and then after the quiz, I'm going to hand it off to Mary, who can answer some questions. But what we're going to do is we have 5 questions, and the first question, I'd like to have somebody respond through the text. First question: does Aer Lingus offer free baggage allowance? Anybody care to respond? Daniel, I don't know if you're monitoring that.
I definitely am, and
Okay.
People can put that into the chat box, please. And the first person to respond was Joylyn Doucette, and she said yes.
We have an Aer Lingus tie, so for somebody that you know would like a tie, it's got the Aer Lingus logo on it. So on St. Patrick's Day, they have a tie to wear. Okay. Here's the next one.
And that goes to Joylyn Doucette, so I'll make a note of that.
That'd be great. Okay, the next one. How many cities connect from Canada through Dublin to Europe? It was not a big number. Anybody have that?
So the first answer was 16 from Janice, and then we have some different submissions.
Great. Janice, you win. You get a tie too. So,
all right.
How many cities connect from Canada through Dublin to the UK?
Ah, 18, and that's from Lorraine.
Great, Lorraine. You actually get an airplane model, so you can decorate your office with a Aer Lingus A330 airplane model.
Awesome. That's Lorraine. And I'm making a note of that here. Model. Okay. Alrighty.
Alrighty. Does Aer Lingus offer Wi-Fi on board?
And let's see who the first submission was. Oh, wow, there's a lot of responses.
Cool.
Okay, let me just scroll up and see who the first one was. Oh, wow. It looks like it was Joylyn Doucette again.
I don't know. We allowed to do that? 2 prizes?
It's up to you. It would either be her or the next person immediately after her. I'll leave that up to you.
I tell you what, Joy, you get 2 prizes. It's being the first
one.
All
right, what was that?
She gets 2 prizes. So that'd be great. We'll give her a bag. We have an Aer Lingus. We have an Aer Lingus small fold-up bag, so that when you're traveling and you need an extra bag, all you have to do is unfold it. And the last, does Aer Lingus offer connecting flights across Canada? That's a tricky one.
Kathy was the first one. She said yes.
Okay, Kathy, thank you very much. Yes, we do.
Just make sure I get the right Kathy here. There are actually 2.
Okay.
And the first answer was Kathy with a K, Kathy Schonenberger.
Through code share. Oh, no, what was that? Kathy Schonenberger. Okay, great. So that's great. And Kathy, you also get an Aer Lingus tie. They're really quite nice. They're made by Vineyard Vines, so we're not going with low-class stuff. So anyway.
Excellent.
All right. So
Super.
I'm now going to hand this over to Mary. If there are any questions coming up, I'm going to, Mary, here you go.
Let me just get Mary on the line here. Hi, Mary.
Hi there, Daniel. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today.
All right.
Are there any questions, Danny?
Yes, there are. So, Kathy wanted to know, do you charge for pre-assigned seating? And if so, what is the cost?
Mary, do you want me to take that?
Sure, yep.
Okay. For pre-assigned seating, if you're requesting a normal seat, just a regular economy class seat, number one, any pre-assigned seating in business class is complimentary. Regular economy seats, not our enhanced seating, our exit row seating, or our enhanced seating, which are the first 5 rows of the aircraft. Everything else, other than that, it's complimentary seat assignments.
Excellent, excellent. And here's the next question. Do you work with group requests?
Love them. Just send them Mary's way.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Or you can actually send your request to groups CA at aerlingus.com.
And would you like to type that into the chat box just for anyone that might want to copy paste that?
Sure.
Okay. Great.
I guess Mary's doing that.
Yep.
I'll let the agents know when it's popped up here, and they'll be able to see it. There we go. groupsca@aerlingus.com, and that was just submitted into the chat box for anyone that's looking for that. And the next question is from Patricia. She asks, are there any agent rates for flying?
Yes, go ahead. Mary, you want to answer that?
We do, but as you probably know, all agents' rates are based on the full economy fare. And we have some pretty aggressive pricing. So I'm sure if you check our website, you would probably get a much more agreeable fare. But you can always send me an email and we can see what we can do for you.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we sometimes, from time to time, we have agent specials that go out in the marketplace. And they're not always, but they are from time to time. So please, if you are planning on traveling, send a note off to Mary.
Excellent, thank you. And Patricia says thank you as well.
Okay.
And the next question is from Janice. She asks, is Aer Lingus going to offer what another airline does in regard to setting up hotel excursions, a buddy, since the no-cost stopover is not widely publicized?
I'm not fully understanding that.
Again?
So it was, is Aer Lingus going to offer what another airline does in regards to setting up hotel excursions, a buddy in brackets there, since the no-cost stopover is not widely publicized?
All right, maybe I need to clarify that. A no-cost stopover means that we're not going to charge you for the stopover. In terms of whatever hotel accommodations that you set up, that's entirely up to you. It's not that we're giving you a hotel for free. You can set up whatever you'd like on the land, and you can work with the hotel in terms of setting up whatever tours you want to set up. You can avail of our vacation store product on our web, which can set up land packages for you. Does that make sense?
Excellent. Yeah, definitely. That's helpful.
Sure.
And Kathy says, I have an 82-year-old traveling to Ireland. Can you provide wheelchair assistance for her from check-in to the aircraft?
Yes, we can. And, of course, that would be booked through the GDS as well. However, if you send me an email, I can send the alert to the airport as well, just to make sure we take care of her.
Great. And could you maybe type your email address into the chat box? Because Carol was also asking for your email address. Excellent. Thanks, Mary.
Okay.
And I think we can give it maybe another 30 seconds or so just to see if any other questions pop up here.
Mhm.
Has anyone who's on the webcast, has anyone traveled with Aer Lingus?
There's a good question.
Oh, good.
Helen says she has. Yeah, Jerry says, oh, that's a question. Yeah, Helen says she has. And Jerry would like to know, do you fly to Hungary from Dublin?
We have two flights a day to Budapest. I'm sorry, no.
Oh, and your audio's cutting out just a little bit there, Jeff.
Yeah, every time I turn away from the screen, Aer Lingus flight number 672 leaves Dublin at 5:55 in the morning and gets into Budapest at 9:55 in the morning.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. And, oh, and Patricia says, no, but I will be in November. Excellent rates
Right.
for business class. Thanks, Patricia.
Great, thank you. Wonderful. Barcelona.
And Janice will be flying Toronto through Dublin as part of a Barcelona school trip. Great.
Great.
Oh yeah, Carol, no problem. She had typed her email address into the chat box, which is actually found in your Zoom toolbar. It's actually separate from the Q&A box. And her email address is mary.heron, so that's mary.heron @aerlingus.com. And then, of course, the recording of this whole session will be available on our YouTube channel by tomorrow afternoon. And Carol would also like to know if you fly to Prague.
Okay, we have Aer Lingus flight 644. Goes 4 times a week. Leaves Dublin at 11:35 in the morning. Gets into Prague at 3:05, and that's only on Sundays.
You said it embarks at 11:35 and gets in when?
At 3:05 in the afternoon in Prague. And on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it leaves a little later than that.
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time? The audio is
Sure enough.
having some issues.
Sorry. Yeah. It leaves at 12:15 and gets into Prague at 15:45. So 1 day a week it leaves at 11:35, and then 3 days a week it leaves a little later. 12:30.
Great, thank you.
I gotta fix this thing. It keeps cutting out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's okay. And Carol says thank you. You are welcome, Carol. Oh, and Joylyn also says thank you.
And Mary is Canadian. As you can probably guess from my accent, I am not. I'm sorry.
Probably from my accent too.
Yeah.
But I am local. I'm here in Toronto. So please get in touch with me anytime if you need any assistance or you need some more information.
Excellent. And Mary, did you have anything else you wanted to add before we wrapped up today?
I don't think so. Jeff, do you have anything else? I'm very excited about having the bigger aircraft on the route now. And, you know, I think it just makes for a very pleasant journey over to Ireland. And we hope you can send some of your customers our way. We're looking forward to welcoming them in true Irish style.
Nice.
Great, thank you.
All righty.
And Janet says thank you.
Yeah.
And Patricia says thank you, and she typed it out in Irish Gaelic.
And I'm not even going to try to say that.
We have a couple of Irish speakers here, but I don't. So.
Yeah. Okay, so I do think that wraps up the Q&A session. I'd like to thank all the agents that attended today. And Mary and Jeff, thank you so much for the fantastic presentation today.
Pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.
And once again, to anyone that might have signed in late or might have missed part of the webinar presentation, the recording will be available on our YouTube channel by tomorrow afternoon. Okay, so Mary and Jeff, hope you guys have a great day, and thanks again to you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Take care.